I think when we look at this, this is a very figurative, almost outline of a sort of miniature cityscape, except it's slightly abstracted. I think this is how the building works, basically. This is the entrance, and the entrance door is actually even a little smaller miniature version of this outline. But then it's abstracted into a plan, which basically takes you along a diverted path from that entrance to basically the Riverside, where you have the same outline, except that along that path the building has been rising very slowly, so that this actually also, with the movement in plan and in section, gives you a sense of arrival at the river, where we will have, of course, the Glenlee ship, which will stand bigger than the building. But the sense that the building has been moving from when you entered it to when you exit it, I think really is a celebration of the relationship between the city and the river. And in the sense that it also has this very, very simplistic resonance of a cityscape, a warehouse, a collection of houses. It could even be a church spire. It could mean many things.
The atmosphere in the museum continues to evolve as you go deeper into it, until you get right to the outside, back onto the quayside, and you have the Glenlee, the ship there. And it's almost like an imperceptible change, as opposed to, let's say, a more traditional museum where you have a room about trains and a room about cars, and you walk from one to the other. This won't be like that. This will be, as people circulate through, you circulate through this exhibition like you circulate through a city. As you recognise landmarks, you'll see things in the distance that you want to go and visit, and you choose a route to it. You can cross the road here, you can go around that object, you can get distracted by something, see this particular display, explore it, read it, get distracted, and then go to that landmark. And it's much more akin to the way you'd walk around a city than it is to the way you'd walk around a traditional art gallery. It's a conveyor with ship models on them, and the conveyor runs continuously towards the sea. The museum, if you're familiar with the design, has a big glass elevation facing the Clyde, and it really does, it's the museum pointing its way to the Clyde and to the nature of really how so much of Glasgow was built. And these ships will be moving always towards the river. Of course, what you don't see is that they then disappear down and return back, so it can be a continuous process. But what that will do is that means from a distance you'll have this line of ships in constant motion, and we'll be using light both in front of them and behind them to make them into silhouettes and to shine lights on them, and also using lenses like you would find in a lighthouse, such that it exaggerates the size and scale of the ships as they pass behind it, so the small models suddenly become big and then pass on again.